Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of The Fish Tank. I'm back on the podcast. I've had a few podcasts off. Twig's done the bulk of the work for the last few, so I thought it might be time for me to jump back on. And today we are going to go through a story which is two-part story. It's easily the scariest moment I've ever had while traveling Australia and the only time in my life where I've ever thought I was genuinely going to die. And that might sound dramatic, but I promise you it's not once you hear the story. And the second reason is it's why I always am the one to reverse the trailer now when we launch and retrieve the boat. Twig Boy's also here. He promises me he's not going to interject while I'm trying to tell the story, but I don't have much faith in that. I know he's going to have his 2 cents to put in at some stage, but...
I told Em to just do it on her own, but I'm here for moral support and I will add in the truths that she misses out from time to time.
No, you'll just try and add more mayo on it, whereas I'll tell the genuine story.
You can't remember it because you're
Yes,
cool.
I can. Yes, I can. There's a little bit of PTSD, so I can't remember the whole thing. But it's a genuinely scary story. All right, let's get straight into it. So I'll set the scene. So we were up in Darwin. It was September 2023, which if you've been there in that time, it's starting to get hot. It was really, really warm. We had just bought a tinny. We just bought our old boat, 420 Renegade. And we'd taken it out once in Darwin Harbour, and then we were taking it out for a second time, which is pretty, brave of us, I think, because of the location. It was at Shady Camp, which is about an hour out of Darwin. It's on the Murky River. And this is a genuine fact if you look this up. The Murky River is the most croc-infested river in the world, or Australia, but I think it might be the world. So there's 15 crocodiles per every square kilometre. So
Fact check that.
fact check that. I've Googled it before and that is 100% true. So that's where we were launching the boat. We were chasing barramundi. We got out there and it was, say, about lunchtime-ish, do you reckon? Anyway, that doesn't really matter. It was about lunchtime. We put the boat in, Twig backed it down, we jumped in, he went and parked the car, came back, off we went. We went fishing for about 4 or 5 hours. We had to be back to the boat ramp, which is like a sketchy little sort of concrete boat ramp with heaps of crocs around that you launch your boat. We had to be back by a certain time because the tide was going out, so we had to be back with enough water to get the boat out. Fished all day. We saw a zillion crocs. We were in a 4-metre boat and some of the crocs we saw were like 5-6 meters plus, like huge crocodiles, which we didn't actually feel that scared. We felt all right in the boat, but anyway.
What,
Caught 0 barra. We didn't catch any barra and we decided, okay, we'll go back. We've got to get out. We've got to get the boat out now because the tide's dropping. So in we go. And Twig goes to me, right, now I've got to back the trailer in. So I'm going to give you a quick crash course in how to use it. It was a tiller steer, so how to drive the boat, which I reckon tiller steers are still kind of hard to drive and aim.
I'll just jump in quickly.
Here
Sorry.
we go, told ya.
No. So it was at Shady Camp where the tide drops, I don't know how big the tides are. They might be like 8 meters. So we were just skimming across mud on the way back. So we were coming back pretty late. And we just got into where you park the boat. And because it was so low, we couldn't just moor the boat up and hold on to it with a rope or anything. I had to put Em in the boat, go get the car because she didn't know how to back a trailer at the time. And then she had to go back out into a little bit of water and she had to drive to the trailer. So that just sets the scene. It wasn't just she'll take in a second. Anyway, yeah, you couldn't just hold on. There's nowhere to moor up. It's just like a steep concrete ramp with sharp, steep sides, which you can put rope and stuff onto. But yeah, I thought I was just going to be 2 seconds, come down. All she had to do was drive straight at the trailer.
And in my defence, this is the second time I've been out in a boat with just you. We'd been on big cruise boats and that before, but we'd never, we're not, but big ferry boats, not cruise. We'd never really, we're not boaties at this stage. This is a good few years ago. We're definitely not boaties. And we're not used to croc country, blah, blah, blah. So Twig shows me, he's like, yep, so reverse it back, then change gears and then go forward. And then you'll just have to feed it towards the trailer. Once you get it up, I'll do the clip on and just crank it in. Sweet. All right, you have a go while I'm in the boat. So he was still in the boat. I had a go, nailed it. Beginner's luck.
A couple of practice runs, just up to the ramp, back. This is all you got to do. Just drive in a straight line 10 meters.
Now I could probably do it, but anyway, at the time.
Could do it at the time.
So we pull up to the boat ramp. Oh, sorry, we pull up to the boat ramp. Twig drives up, lets himself off. I reverse back. And I was sitting there and I was just like, felt like it took you about 6 hours to go and get the car. But anyway, I'm sitting there, I'm waiting. And I'm looking around. There's probably, I don't want to guess the sizes, but there's a big croc sitting off to my right up near the boat ramp. There's one over on the bank a little bit further behind that one. And then there's one on my other side in the mangroves. And I don't know how big that one was. Anyway,
they're all
crocs
4
all
meter,
around me.
4 meter plus, and there was like cattle coming down to like drink, and these
Yeah,
crocs.
and we're like, I was watching them thinking, oh my God, I'm about to watch a croc eat a cow.
It's this deep.
Yeah, it was shallow
Half
as
a metre.
shallow as shit, so they can go anywhere. I'm waiting for Twig. Yep, here he comes. Sweet. So he backed the trailer down. Right I am. Now you reverse back and then go up in the direction. So I've gone, okay, cool. So I went to reverse the thing. Boat stuck. Couldn't move. I'm thinking, what's going on here? Couldn't move. I think I'm beached. Didn't even know what beached was. Like, full newbie. So I'm like, I can't actually put the, he's like, oh, you're stuck. You'll have to put the propeller down a little bit and try and feed it to get yourself off.
Put the propeller up.
Put the propeller up. Up, down, whatever. So he's like, oh, yep, do that. So I'm clicking the button to go up. Clicking up. Nothing's happening. Are you clicking the button up? Yes, I'm clicking the button up. It's not working. Clicking. And then he's like, the button that says up. I'm like, yes, I know. I'm clicking that one and nothing is happening. And he's going, oh, shit, maybe all the electrics are gone in the boat. Maybe something's happened. I don't know. He's like, is it the button was it on the end of the stick?
Yeah, it's an electric tiller, so you can push it up and down.
He's like, the button on the end. And so I was like, shit, I'm pushing the one further back.
It's like a revs button also.
Revs button. So he's like, push the one and push that one and push it up. As soon as I push it. I can still hear that noise. Anyway, so that goes up.
In this time, full on hysterical tears.
No, that hadn't started yet. That's why
No,
I said, don't you
it
start
had.
up. No,
It had.
that hadn't started yet. That hadn't started yet. I was just like, oh my God, I'm stuck in this boat. Anyway, so that happened and I got off. Sweet. All right. So I'm like, yep, here we go. Now the tide's dropped a little bit, so I think you moved the trailer back down slightly. Anyway, reversed. Went to go up, reversed nicely.
So there was a bit more to that. The phone just died, but what happened was Em was stuck, yelling back and forth, press the button, shit, what's going on, it's not going on. She's in hysterics, crying, inconsolable. Like everything I said, she just didn't want to listen to me. She was scared shitless. Crocs swam underneath the boat.
So, yeah.
These crocs were big, like 4
So
meters
that
plus.
croc that I first mentioned, the one off to my left at the front, had its eyes up looking at me the whole time I'm trying to get that button to work, wasn't working. And then it was right there in like less than a metre of water and then it swam down. And I was like, that is so much scarier because I can't see it now. And I'm thinking, you know how crocs can jump? I'm thinking this croc's jumping in this boat. I'm a goner. But I wasn't there yet. I was still thinking I had a bit of hope.
So anyway, I was like, oh, all the electrics must be dead. Like, I don't really know what we're going to have to do here. Like, just wait for the tide to come back up.
Yeah, you can wait 8 hours for the tide to come back up. I was like, oh, I'm not sitting here into the dark 8 hours surrounded by crocs.
So I was like, get everything out of the cast deck because that's where all the weight's kind of at the back of the boat and it was stuck at the back of the boat. So I was like, get the fuel tanks, move the stuff from the cast deck, rearrange all the weight. Sam's done that. And I was like, get the gaff out. We had a really long gaff and like push off the ground because it was so shallow. Anyway,
Yeah.
she's standing so far back, gaffing, and she's like, I'm not doing it. The croc's going to jump and get me.
Picture this though, because I'm in this depth, crocs all around me. I've taken literally everything out of the boat. So the boat's an absolute mess. There's fishing gear everywhere. There's safety gear. There's life jackets. There's all this stuff everywhere. And I've got the gaff and obviously croc country, don't lean over the edge of the boat. So I'm trying to like poke myself off without leaning over, which is just not working at all. And then Twig's like, you're going to have to really push. So that's when I gave up. I'm pretty sure. That's where I'd given up on my life. I was just like, I need to get this boat free. I'm not even, so I'm leaned over the side of the boat. Like I'm pretty much in the water. No, I'm not in the water, but half my body's out and I'm poking this gaff down, which is literally doing bugger all. Like it wasn't helping at all. And I remember thinking at the time, if a croc bites me, a croc gets me. Like that was where I was at. I was like, I'm getting out of here dead or alive. I'm not waiting anymore. I'm not waiting anymore.
This is about 3 minutes, by the way. She's been the biggest sore. So then this old fella yells out, "Oh, you need ammo." Like, fuck off, mate. Like,
oh, no, he goes, "Oh, you better be quick, mate. The
the
tide's dropping."
tide.
And we were like,
fuck off,
wait, no. And like, I'm not that far away from that guy. Like, he would have been able to see that I was going off.
Screeching uncontrollable. Anyway, so yeah, back and forth. She just wasn't listening to me. She's like, "You're going to have to come and get me. You're going to have to come and get me." I was like,
no, I said, "Don't come and get me."
No, you were saying coming, and I was like, "I'm not fucking getting you." I was like, "You just have to sit there for 8 hours. It's all sweet. Are you sure you haven't pressed the up button on the end of the controller?" And then, that.
So then I was like, "Oh, end of the controller." So I'm looking at the tiller stick, and I was like, "End of the controller." Bastard just comes straight up, which I was kind of like happy about and sad about because I knew I'd done the wrong thing, but happy that I could actually move the boat with the motor. Anyway, so I've got it up and I'm actually able to drive the boat again. So Twig was like, "You need to reverse and you need to just go straight for the trailer." Okay. So I'm like, "Yep, I remember how to do this." But you know when you're all worked up and you're not really thinking straight? And I was totally worked up, like skitzing out. Just thinking like, "Oh my God, how did I survive that little section?" And that croc didn't get me. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, reverse. I'm all floating. I've reversed up and then I've gone to drive again. Driving straight, Twig's going, "Yeah, perfect, keep going, just go straight at the trailer. And then I've gone straight. I'm like the tiniest bit I missed the trailer by, and somehow I think I got too excited and I went straight off to the left.
Hard
left. So I'm still in water and stuck. So I've gone left, stuck in mud. How deep do you reckon the mud was?
You've gone left and then you've freaked out again and you kind of like didn't know what to do. So
I didn't know what to do. I've gone wrong.
Left, back, and then drifted into like this mangroves.
Mud,
yeah.
Which is where the other croc was on my right before. Mangroves is where crocs are, if you haven't been to the NT before. So I'm stuck again, in mud this time, beached proper. Oh my God, what the hell, how did that happen? Just shocked, scared, shocked, screaming, crying, and harassing, and whatever. I don't even know the right words.
Paint the picture a bit. I've never seen Em like that. Like, Em's not like a stupid cry. Like she's a bit emotional at times, but not like that.
No,
like,
I
was like, whatever I said, "Don't tell me what to do." And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, either you sit there for 8 hours, I'm not coming to get you, or you listen to what I'm saying.
No, you were trying to reason with me and you were like, "Oh, Em, the worst thing that can happen here is that you've just got to sit in the boat for 8 hours while the tide comes back up." And in my head, I'm going, sit in here on my own, no food, no water,
there was
boat
heaps
full
of
of
food
shit.
and water. And
there was no food and water. Crocodiles all around, pitch black in Darwin, in the most croc-infested river in the world. Yeah, no thanks. I was like, that is just not the option. The option is I'm getting out of here. And it's sun setting, so it's getting even more sketchy. So I'm stuck again. Holy shit. And I'm like, well, I know the drill here. I know exactly what to do. Move all the shit. And I moved everything to the back, trying to get the boat off. That didn't work. Moved it all to the front. I'm literally jumping on the cast deck, like trying to like get enough momentum up. Get enough momentum, get a bit of sway to the boat to the point where I can like try and pull it back. Didn't work. Same thing, get the gaff, leaning over the edge in the mangroves, trying to push myself off, but because it's mud for however many meters, or however many, like half a meter to a meter of mud deep, it's not really, like you can't get any leverage on the gaff. Pushing, nothing's working. Twig, what am I gonna do? Just full hysterical again. And I was like, can you just push me off? Like all you needed was someone to push you off and then I would have been fine. But I was like, no, you can't come in here. That's full of crocs. It's murky water. You're not going to be able to see anything. Anyway, I think you gave up in the end. You were like, I don't know what to do with you. I'm going to have to come and get you.
You're annoying the fuck out of me.
I'm going to have to come and get you. And I was like, no, you can't come and get me. So
no, you can't get me, no, or I'm getting out. Or I'm getting out.
I realised how bad that would be. And I was like, no, I think I got to the point where I was like, I don't even care about this boat. I'm getting out, I'm swimming, I'm taking my chances against the crocs, and we're leaving this boat. If it's here in the morning, cool, we'll come and get it when we can actually get it. Some other boat will go in and grab it and drag it back, whatever, we'll work a way out, but I'm not staying in here.
See what I have to deal with.
And then Twig's like, nah, I'm going to have to get you. Comes in. So at this point, this fella's left. He left, hey. He didn't help us, he left, and we were like,
Oh,
it didn't matter, he wasn't really going to do anything anyway. So, and like, this is the part I can really remember, because the boat ramp's in front of me, or just off to my right. I'm here in the boat stuck. There's mangroves all through here. You were up there, you were walking down, you took your shirt off, but you had your shorts on. You got ankle deep in the water, and I'm thinking, don't do it. Like, just, it's okay, I'll be fine. Even though I'm thinking, like,
you weren't saying anything. You were just
I
screaming.
And then, so Twig walks down into the water, and he keeps getting deeper, all the way. I reckon it got nearly.
I wasn't in water. I walked around.
Mangroves.
So Em was like,
Water.
I don't know, 20 metres in front and then 10 metres to the right of the boat ramp or something. I don't know. But I had to walk through the mud, which was fine because I was at the top of it, but then I had to go down like the embankment and it was pretty much up to not my waist, but pretty high.
I reckon it was like waist.
It was up to my
between your
waist.
belly button and your chest. Yeah.
No.
Yes, it
It
was.
was that high, you get sucked in and you can't get out. It was like
To
just
mud.
above
No,
my
that's
knee.
when you got in the water.
I was in the water, but
Anyway, he's in the water.
I pushed her off and I've jumped on the nose of the boat. Oh no.
You just no.
I think I pushed you
got
off.
in the boat.
Did I?
Yeah. You pushed me off. You jumped in the boat and you drove it up. So you pushed me off, and then you were like, he had to obviously drive it. I could not be trusted to do that again. So you jumped in the boat, reversed it back, and you just were like, banged it up onto the trail. As soon as I was on land, I pounced out of the boat and I ran up the thing. I was up the boat ramp. I was like, oh, I'm not going anywhere near that. Anyway, Twig's like, can you come and give me a hand?
She cranked it on.
I've come down, quickly cranked it on, put the thing in, cranked it up on. We secured the boat loosely and then drove up away from the side of the water's edge. I got in the car, Twig got in the car. We had like an hour's drive.
I was fucking furious.
I
was so angry at
still.
him.
He was furious. We got in the car, didn't speak to each other. We drove for an hour. We were just like, didn't even look at each other. You know, when you're just like so wound up, you don't even know what to say. We needed to calm down. And then all of a sudden we just looked at each other and we were like, what just happened? How are we alive? Like, that was the dumbest thing we could have ever done. Kind of laughing, but kind of just like in shock that it had happened. And then we drove past a caravan park. We were that cooked. We had no cold water left. We were like, let's go get a drink. And I think we both got a lemonade or just something lame. But yeah, that's the story. So that's kind of part one of the story. Do you have anything to say before I go to part two?
Just that I was so fucking angry at you. Em's just like, it's all
I was like, all right, now
I was
we're
like,
fine.
crying hysterically, not listening to anything I'm saying. All she had to do was sit there if the tide wasn't going down or listen to what I was saying. But whatever, she was in a state. And then just to like get up, get out, and just be like, oh, that was bad. And thinking that she was the one in danger.
I tried to
when it
settle
was
down
me.
for
Like,
ages. No, we both were in danger. It was
you
both
weren't.
so
You're
bad.
in a boat.
I leaned out the side with a gaff. Like, I could have easily gotten snapped up.
You were
Anyway,
in a
It
boat
was cooked.
that's designed to float. And you
Yeah,
just
leaning
lost
over
it.
the edge with
You didn't
crocs,
have to, you
and
could
then
just sat in
walked
it.
Oh, God, whatever.
But yeah, anyway, Em's...
Never can just agree with me, for fuck's sake. Like, nearly fucking died. Oh, no, you were fine, mate. You were fine. Yeah, no, that was so fine. Anyway, part two. Can't even deal. Part two, I was like, well, stuff this for a joke. I'm not being this sorry little bitch that gets left in the boat in croc country. I'm learning how to be the one to back a trailer. And I was thinking, I'm not getting Twig to teach me. That's just not going to happen. Because he wasn't even that good at it himself. And I was like, that's a recipe for disaster.
Jesus,
So
here we go.
the next week I was flying home to where I'm from, which is in Victoria, for my sister's hens. And I was going home for a couple of days and I was like, perfect timing. I'm going to call my uncle, Uncle Mike. He is a tradie and now a horse trainer. So he's the whole time, forever that I've known him, he's either towed like a work tradie trailer or a horse float. Can reverse anything. Like he could reverse park that trailer somewhere. Anyway, the best person I know to do it. And has like, he actually at his house, because he is a horse trainer, he's got like a race course, but like mini. So it's like a circle that he trains the horses on. So I call up Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike, I'm coming home next week. I didn't tell him this story. I thought he'd freak out, but I was like, we've bought a boat. I need you to teach me how to back a trailer. Yep, no worries, darling. He's like, yeah, come. I can't remember the exact days, but he's like, come over on Monday for 1 hour. 2 days later on Wednesday, you have to come back over, have a day off, and then come over for another hour. That's all we need, and you'll be able to do it perfectly. Radio. Get to that. So I fly down. go out to go out to Uncle Mike's house, and he's got a few cars, like sort of farm cars, but he's got a Triton. No, a Ranger. He just got a new Ranger. And he's like, righto, we'll put that trailer on it, which is like one of those flatbed trailers with 2 wheels on each side.
A box trailer.
It wasn't a box trailer. It didn't have a cage. It was just a flat one. So you can't see it. Like, you can only see it if you look out the side mirrors. You can only see the wheels. You can't actually see it from the rear view, the mirror or anything like that. Rightio. So he's like, all right, let's just get you trying to do it straight first. So he's like, didn't tell me anything. He's like, just hop in and see if you can back it straight. So of course, hands on the wheel, and I'm looking around, looking up in the rear view, looking around, like head checking, turning to see if I can see this thing. And it's obviously not going well because he hadn't taught me anything yet. It was just jackknifing all over the shop. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. Da, 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 da. He's like, right, listen. What we're going to do is we'll try just going straight, and then I'm going to make you go over onto the horse training circle. You're going to do it 3 loops one way and 3 loops the other way. And so the actual training track was about 2 meters wide. He's like, if you're reversing and your wheels hit the grass, which was on either side of the training circle, start again. So to do 3 one way, 3 the other way, I'm thinking, oh, that will not be possible ever. So I tried to get it going straight, wouldn't work. And he's like, right, this is how you're going to do it. And he was like, right, stop what you're doing, drive straight, get the trailer straight. This is exactly what you're going to do. He goes, now let me get this right. Left hand on your left leg, right hand on the bottom of the wheel. He's like, only I want you to look at your mirrors, and if you see the tires going out to your left, put your hand right. If you see them going out to your right, put your hand left. He goes, it's always move the wheel less than what you think. Only use your side mirrors. Don't even think about looking in your rear view mirror. And if I see you do a head check, so that was the thing. Hand on the bottom of the wheel and move whatever way the trailer's going, put your hand the other way. And that's still the way I do it, to be honest. And if you're trying to turn, put your hand the same way that you want it to go.
Thanks for the tutorial.
So if anyone needs to learn. No. So I was like, radio, reversed, could kind of do it, not really. I was still snaking off a bit because I was turning too hard. And then he's like, I kind of got the hang of it a little bit. He's like, right, now you're ready to go on the training track. So I drive over and I get the trailer straight on this track, which is probably like 10 meters by maybe 4 or 5 meters wide, like quite a big track. And he's like, right, today you're going to go 1 lap around each way. Anytime you hit the grass, which the track's about 1.5 meters to 2 meters wide, and there's grass on each side. So if you went off and snaked away too much, you'd hit the grass. Every time you hit the grass, start again, but you're going to do 1 lap going that way and 1 lap going the other way. Radio. So I sort of fumbled my way through it that day. And then he's like, oh, yep, you did all right. You need to come back on Wednesday, though, and do another hour. So go home. Didn't do anything on Tuesday. Came back on Wednesday, did the hour, got in, and I just went 3 laps one way, no worries, 3 laps the other way, no worries. And that was the end. That's how I always do it, hey?
Yeah, so now Em backs the trailer in every time, which is awesome because I just sit in the boat, get off the trailer. She goes and parks the car, stuffs around with it, and then I pick her up. And the same when we pick the boat up. But she only cranks the winch like once or twice, and then I get down and finish that off.
Well, now I've got a bigger boat, like you can crank it, but yeah, it takes that little bit more manpower, like muscle to crank it in. So I crank it as far as I can, and then the last little bit, and then we both jump out and make sure it's all secured and drive off. But that's why I always am the one to reverse the trailer and back the boat in, because I'm like, I'm not being left in a boat again in croc country where I'm probably going to get eaten.
Jesus Christ.
But also, that's how to learn to back a trailer. Uncle Mike, thank you very much for teaching me. That's one of those skills I think everyone should have, and I think once you know how to do it, you'll never forget, like riding a bike. So that's my near-death experience.
Well done, eh?
Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed.
We'll get you back for some more long-winded yarns, eh?
I'm that classic twig. You know, you see all those memes where it's like your girlfriend telling a story and it's like da-da-da-da-da-da, so long. I'm that.
Yeah. And I backed it this way, and I backed it that way.
But yeah, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed my story.
See ya.